Thank you, thank you. Yeah, since I was 16, and I'm 20 now, believe it or not. Uh, it's been a long ride. I've been in this. It'll be 29 years this year. We're going on 30. So I have been in this industry, automotive appearance in general, for that long, but car washing just a couple of years. Made that transition, but I've worked from everything from tool manufacturers to detailing product companies, but now I'm in the car wash space. So interesting and fun journey I'm on, and a lot of discovery about stuff along the way. So in most roles, I've also headed up sales and marketing. It's kind of my sweet spot. So what we're going to cover today, I'm going to try and cover a lot of ground in 30 minutes, but we're basically going to talk about the types of loyalty programs that are out there. I want to level set for everybody so you guys understand what the things are. If you attended ICA Nashville last year, you may have attended my talk on points-based loyalty. So we're going to kind of revisit the state of what that was and what we have learned in the year since then. And then I'm going to give you a couple of tips about launching a loyalty program of your own and how you can leverage that. We've got some amazing data through the AMP team that we're able to share with you. If we have time, we'll do questions. So there are a few types of loyalty programs out there. So this is that level setting bit, right? So you've got subscription-based. Subscription-based loyalty, you're already doing this. Your loyalty program they're paying for access to it, right? It's a subscription. They pay for something, they get something. So you're already technically doing a loyalty program of some sort. This could be Costco, those kind of things. You're paying for access to something. Then you've got your other types, which would be kind of the United Airlines, your Hilton. So you're basically spending a certain amount to unlock a higher level of perk, right? Anybody who traveled to this show is likely a member of an airline rewards program or a hotel rewards program, right? We have our redemption-based, or activity-based. So this would be more of they're asking you to do things outside of purchases. One that I loved, I don't know if it's around anymore, is called North Face VIP, and they were giving you rewards for checking in at trailheads. So you bought a jacket, you go check in, post on Instagram or Facebook, and they're rewarding that behavior, basically turning you into an ambassador for their programs. Cool program. What we're going to focus on, though, is points-based. This is the most common. This is your Starbucks app, your Dunkin' app, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A. Everybody, I promise you, in this theater right now and in this show has at least one points-based loyalty thing on their phone. It's just, we like free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff, right? And you're going to go to a business frequently, you want to be rewarded for that. So what kind of behavior are we going to try and reward? Well, for our retail users, we want to reward spend. The more they spend, the more they get. This is great because if they spend more money with you, you have more money. If you should give them a little bit to keep them coming back. Now, for our members, though, we want to reward tenure. Okay? The longer they stay with you, the more they get. That's the biggest question in the room, right? We want to reduce churn. We want to keep members around for longer. The way to do that, reward that behavior. Reward them for sticking around with you. You want to date before you get married. This is why loyalty programs work so well, right? Everybody's got the idea that you're going to have a car wash customer show up on site, offer them the membership. Not everybody wants to be a member right out of the gate. They don't know you. It's their first visit on site. They've never come to you before. They don't know you. They want to date before they get married, right? So this is a chance to prove that out. It's membership light. They're going to show up frequently to earn something from you. They get to come back frequently and get rewarded for that. So you want to date before you get married. It's harder to walk away. There's some interesting stats around this too. You have to almost provide double the amount of value to get somebody to walk away from points. I was talking to somebody in our booth earlier and said, if I have a customer that's got $10 in rewards sitting in their account, statistics say that the competitor has to give them about $20 of value to unlodge them from your loyalty program. It's like, I've already got this thing and it's worth $10. I got to get $20 in value to walk away from it. Not an easy thing to do. Gives you an opportunity to demonstrate value, right? That customer comes back, not only are they getting the wash from you, but you're rewarding loyalty points to them. They're starting to understand what that wash is worth. They're doing the math in their head. Well, if I just do one more wash, I unlock that next reward. I get the free hat. Now they are understanding what those things are worth. If it's a membership renewal, they're understanding what they're getting. Oh, man, I got 10 washes this month. I only paid $40, plus I got loyalty, right? It's demonstrated value. And last but not least, brand familiarity, right? Get them to come back over and over again. They start to understand who you are. You get multiple chances to show off the excellent customer service your attendants provide or the quality of the wash you provide. multiple trips to the wash. Not one, but maybe we hope they're getting there 2, 3 times trying to earn up those loyalty points. Each time you get an opportunity to show off what you're good at, present that brand proposition, right? So facts about that, 9 out of 10 consumers have some kind of loyalty program. Again, I think everybody in this room is gonna have at least one. I'm not going to read stats to you guys. You can see this. We're going to blow through this as quickly as possible because I want to give you guys the most amount of time. But these are just, this is general industry stats. This is not just car wash. This is all things. This is all industries with loyalty programs in place. These are some of the statistics, sources at the bottom of the presentation there. But those are big numbers. Those are impactful. Those are things that drive revenue. So where we started last year, so again, points-based loyalty program was presented last year at ICA Nashville. We covered a lot of topics. We had some very, very interesting data, but our points-based loyalty program, which as far as I'm aware was the first to the car wash industry, was relatively new. A few clients had adopted it. It was fresh. It was new. We had some data, but not all the data. So some of the things that came out of that, we were increasing the first 90-day wash occurrence. So we were almost doubling the amount of times a customer showed up in the first 90 days simply by offering them a loyalty program. I think we went from 2 to 3 to 6 to 9, something like that, in the first 90 days. Powerful stuff. The question that was lingering after all this, though, and the question that I heard in our booth and the questions that I took from the audience at that one was, well, yeah, but isn't this going to cannibalize my membership? If I make this loyalty program really generous, what's the impact on my membership? In that short window, we hadn't seen a negative impact on membership, but now we're a year wiser now, okay? So this is the case study. Now that we have this data, we have way more clients on the program. They're leveraging this program. They're using it with more customers. We have a lot more data points, so I can actually prove out more. We can build on what I talked about last time. So across this, it's anonymous customer data. If you're an AMP client, you wouldn't want me sharing your numbers either, so we won't do that. But we're going to anonymize that data across a couple of clients. We've got about 880,000 customer records in this, so all the wash history for 880,000 customers across that. This is where the fun stuff starts. Across those, a 13% lift in average gross ticket. So simply by offering a rewards program, the client cohort of 880,000 customers across multiple tunnel washes in multiple regions saw a 13% lift in their average ticket. Anybody want to raise their hand? Would you like 13% more out of all your retail users? Right? Who wouldn't? So 13% lift is a big number, double digits. The best part is they're washing more frequently. So not only you get more money, but you're increasing the frequency in which they're washing. Who wouldn't want your retail customers to come back 8% more often, right? More often at a higher ticket. This is all adding to the bottom line, and you're giving away loyalty points, which in actuality don't have value until they redeem them. And even then, not all of them get redeemed, right? It's like that mail-in rebate that they give you. You fill out this form, mail it in, we'll send you a Visa gift card. And then you fill out one thing wrong and they don't send it to you. That's kind of how loyalty points work. Some people forget, some people let them expire, some people just don't pay attention to them. And again, I'm not going to read you statistics, but these are kind of eye-popping numbers, right? So the impact on memberships, and this is what we came here to answer, what we didn't know at the end of the last presentation for sure, is that we provided a lift to membership. By offering a retail loyalty program, we provided a lift to membership. So if we think back to what I showed you earlier, date before you get married, brand familiarity, giving them those chances to see your brand value, that's all translating to membership lift. Pretty significant. 49% relative lift, that's big. That's a big number. Then we've got this. 38% converted at a higher rate, 38% relative lift. So by having that, you got people who are much more likely to convert to membership. Again, date before you get married, get familiar with the brand, fall in love with it, don't go away. Yeah, you know what, I think I will take that membership now. I'm loving the loyalty program, the membership must be awesome, right? And so to share a little bit of my experience personally as somebody who leverages the loyalty program, shout out to Aaron and Dennis Treason, my bosses who own Auto Wash also, my other job. This is data, this is actual data modeled from our washes. We've been running the loyalty program. It's something we lean very heavily into. I don't know if you can see all those numbers in there, but what we're able to prove out is basically if a customer washes and has at least one redemption in our loyalty program, so they earned points and then they redeemed something, they are 2 to 3 times more likely to become a member. So my goal is, one, get them on site, get them to join the rewards program, get them to wash, get them to redeem one reward, and I'm multiples better in getting them into a membership program, walking them through that journey. So again, you can try and sell them the first time. Every time they show up, have the attendant offer them a membership if you want to. If they don't take it, though, have them join your loyalty program, because you're going to eventually convert them as a result of that. If you don't get them into the loyalty program and they just show up every time you offer a membership, would you like a membership? Would you like a membership? Hey, how about a membership today? But if you get them to join the loyalty program, lower friction, show them some value, you can convert them at a 2 to 3 time higher clip. Couple of tips from somebody who's running loyalty programs in the car wash space, I think fairly successfully. I'm also helping a lot of the AMP clients set up and consulting on how they deploy theirs. With our platform, they can do kind of whatever they want. But train attendants. So again, this is that. I'm going to steal a line from Dennis, actually. Aim for membership, miss with loyalty. If they say no to membership, don't just go, oh, darn. It's, oh, okay, well, I don't want you to miss out on your loyalty points, so why don't we get you enrolled in the loyalty program so the $25 you're spending on this wash today goes towards credits for future washes? I mean, you're basically saying, can I give you free stuff? Customers are not going to go, no, I don't want free stuff. Free stuff is terrible. It's an easy sale. So train your attendants. If you're not going to join my loyalty program, or not join my membership, join my loyalty program. Let me show you some value. Offer a starter incentive. We do this. We offer loyalty points for them downloading our app. A starter. Just get them indoctrinated into the system a little bit. Make them comfortable with the process. Oh, okay, when I engage with this place, they're going to give me things. I get enough things, I get to redeem them for money, credits, products, whatever it might be. And make it easy to understand. I don't think we have audio on this video. But if you could hear this beautiful commercial, it explains the more they wash, the more they earn. The more they earn, the more they save.
You're automatically ready to start earning clean credits with every dollar you spend. Whether it's a single wash, monthly membership, or wash upgrades, you'll automatically rack up credits. The more you wash, the more you earn. The more you earn, the more you save. Start earning rewards today with AutoWash Loyalty, because you love your car.
So again, make it easy to understand. Come up with a slogan, whatever it is, but you have to get people through that process, that understanding. Again, they're already familiar with this. They're going to Chick-fil-A, they're going to Starbucks somewhere, they're earning points. They're familiar with this, but you need to frame it for a car wash. Keep your car clean and shiny and earn while you save. I don't care what the slogan is, but make it something that they can understand. They go, oh, okay, so I spend money, I get something back. That's all you have to do. If you're interested in the presentation that I did at ICA Nashville, scan that QR code. It will take you to a copy of that video. I'll leave it up for a second. It does lay the foundational piece of this, kind of the origin story of points-based loyalty for car wash, some of the early data points that we had, some stuff that correlates more directly to retail. All the numbers in that still hold mostly true. Some trends have changed, but for the most part, it is true. If you want to talk about loyalty programs, stop by the booth, 2353. Talk with our team. We can talk to you about, we can actually show you the back end of our loyalty program, how you build it, how you deploy it. How are we doing on time?
Doing great.
Fantastic. Can we do questions then?
We've got 15 minutes if anybody has any
Let's
questions.
go. Wow, that went way faster than I thought.
All right, here we go. Coming right up to you, sir.
So pretty early on, you mentioned that one concern with points-based car washes that came up, since this is a pretty new development for the industry, was the cannibalization of membership programs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if you have any data on this, or if this has been tried, keeping a points program, but enhancing the amount of points that a customer gets if they're a member, to give them that little push to go from being loyalty points to a full-on member.
Yep. So specifically in our program, you can have two concurrent loyalty programs. One that rewards retail. So we talked about early on, reward spend. The more they spend, the more they earn. Your other program can be tied to memberships, and that's rewarding how long they're in. How many renewals did they do? The reason I frame it that way is you should, if you don't, know what your average churn out point is, right? So let's say, for sake of argument, you look at your numbers and you go, man, average, we lose members at about their 11th month. So then I would build my loyalty program for members to reward them at month 10, right before their average turnout. Make sense? Make them happy make them happy before they even know they want to leave. Because if my average is 11 and I hit them at 10, I've got a happy customer and they're going into their 11th month. So give them a free month at 11th month. Make the loyalty program stack up so that at that 10th renewal, boom, oh, I get a free month for having 10 consecutive months of membership. That's cool. They get that 11th month. Now you're past that average turnout. Hopefully you keep them. They're going to come back, use that free month they got a couple more times to prevent brand value, more times to impress them with your customer service, more chances to keep them in your ecosystem for another couple of months. If you could take your average turnout from 11 and make it 12 or 13 or 14 months or make them lifetime fans, that's the way to do it. The other data in there, if you saw it, we're converting it 2 to 3 times on average if they participate in the loyalty program before becoming a member. So we're accelerating the growth of membership technically by having the presence of a retail one. And if they're already familiar with your retail loyalty program, when they become a member, it's just a different program, but no, oh, I get loyalty for this too. How cool. Make sense?
Quick question. There's some conversation, obviously, around membership for self-serve and MBA automatic.
Mm-hmm.
The loyalty side of it, maybe you can talk about that with your IBAs. How does that help when you're not quite ready to go to membership for that?
That's what we are at Auto Wash, right? So we're all MBA Auto and self-serve. So it's tremendous. It gets our customers really, really sticky, even though they have a membership. We internally call it membership light, right? Because they're committed to this idea, well, I've earned these things. They're not going to just walk away from you as easily. Sure, they're not paying a recurring fee, and that's a little bit easier to walk away from. But if they've got these points stacked up and waiting for them, it's got a value. Well, I'm not going to leave because I got these things. And then, well, I got to get my car clean. I'm going to go back and wash. And they're kind of in a cycle, right? I made a joke earlier, somebody talking about this topic. I said, if somebody opens a Starbucks competitor, like direct Starbucks competitor, offers all the same things, the app, all the fun stuff, same kind of coffee, same quality service and convenience, it's going to be really hard to get Starbucks loyalty users to get out of that ecosystem because they're not just going to walk away from what they have with Starbucks. You would have to give away tremendous value as the new brand in the space to get them, right? Because they're going to go, well, I'm not going to stop drinking coffee. I'm going to redeem. I show up. I earn more. I still have points in there. That's going to be a him and haw trying to get them to get out of that program. We've seen the same thing at Auto Wash. It makes people really, really sticky. And even if they call into our customer service department with a complaint, we're loading more loyalty points onto their account. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't have the most perfect experience ever. How about I throw an additional 100 loyalty points on your account for you today? That'll actually push you up to the next rewards tier. That could give you a $25 credit. It's a really, really helpful tool. So even in absence of a membership, the lift with the 13% average ticket, 8% average occurrence rate, all that stuff, that's going to be just pure lift. Are you going to convert them to members? No. If you don't have a membership program, there's nowhere else for them to go. But if you kept them real happy in that retail eco space, why would they ever go? Especially the lack of it in the space. If you have a loyalty program and there's nobody else in town with a similar wash product and a loyalty program, even less likely they're going to leave, right?
With your loyalty program, how do people get those points? One of the things that I find really appealing with Starbucks loyalty program is it's essentially functioning as a bank where people have already given you the money and then they're using their gift cards.
Yeah, the Starbucks, I think the stat is like the largest bank in the world right now, technically, based on the amount of money they hold. So for us, you've got to have a mechanism that manages it. For us, it's the app. They have to download the app. You're not going to do punch cards and stamps. That's just silly. They'll lose them. It doesn't really cover the same value. So the simple trigger is it's points-based. So you assign a value to the dollar. So you go, every dollar is 1 point, or every dollar is 10 points, whatever you want to call it. That's how they earn up in our system. Our team is working on other systems like Starbucks where it's, well, if you keep a balance, we give you even more points. So that's on our roadmap as a development item for loyalty. Loyalty, as a points-based loyalty program for car wash, again, we're barely at 18 to 20 months of life of this, and it's already proven out, but now we've got to start doing those little add-on features and things. But I like where your head's at, because if I could convince a customer to preload that account with a bunch of money, and I give them double points for doing that, I've got the money in my hands already, which is great, but then they're more likely, again, build that value so that my competitor has to deliver twice as much value to get them to walk away from that, right? Stop by the booth, I'm not trying to sell you on AMP. I'm trying to help you understand how loyalty programs work. My friend Lenise from Sunny's disagrees. But I want people to understand that this is another path. We are so membership heavy in the car wash space. It's not a bad thing. Recurring revenue is fantastic. We need it. It insulates us from weather events and all those things. It keeps things steady. But if we can have a lot of memberships and then add a very consistent flow of ever-growing retail customers to the mix that are paying full ticket for the wash, 13% higher ticket than the people tapping a card and just walking away, right? Then that is additional revenue on the bottom line. Memberships will always insulate you from the unexpected weather events. But if you've got retail customers that show up right after those weather events and spend 13% more money with you and come back 8% more frequently, that's a lot of money that I think a lot of operators don't think about because everybody's focused on the recurring. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Give Dylan a nice round of applause. Thank you very much.